$500,000. That's how much the man in the black tailored suit just moved across the street in a single, silent handoff. He represents a 100-year-old criminal empire, a shadow in the Chinese Mafia who hasn't been touched by the police in 3 decades. He thinks he's invisible because he's not carrying a phone, he's not using a car, and he's standing in a crowd of 10,000 people. But his century-long legacy is about to end in a microsecond. High above the street, a $10,000 AI sensor isn't looking at his face. It's looking at his ankles. It's measuring the exact 3-inch drag of his left foot, a gait signature as unique as a fingerprint. The computer doesn't care about his 100-year-old blood oaths or his legendary reputation. It just matched his walk to a digital file from a prison yard in 1998. In less than 2 seconds, the silent net has activated. His bank accounts, locked. His hideout smart lock, bolted shut from the outside. His getaway driver's facial recognition, flagged at the next intersection. The street boss wasn't taken down by a hero cop or a rival gang. He was deleted by a piece of software that doesn't even know his name. Welcome to 2026. Under the most aggressive surveillance laws in human history, the Chinese Mafia is facing an extinction event. The era of the tough guy is over. If the city can see you, the city can solve you. But as the sirens close in, the boss realizes the AI isn't just watching him. It's already predicting the one place his family is hiding. To survive as a street-level boss in the Chinese Mafia, you need territory. But territory is a death sentence when the government owns the air. By the start of 2026, the rollout of 60,000 new AI-integrated cameras across the city was complete. This is gait recognition. Even if you wear a mask, even if you hide your tattoos, the system identifies you by the way your skeleton moves. Imagine the fear of walking into your favorite bakery and realizing the owner isn't looking at you. He's looking at the red light on the sensor above his door that just flagged you as a national security risk. You see the pity in his eyes. He's known you for 20 years, but he's already reaching for the silent alarm because the law says if he doesn't, he loses his business too. You realize you aren't a king anymore. You're a virus that everyone is terrified to catch. The 2026 security updates allow for real-time tracking of weird clusters. 5 guys standing on a corner for more than 3 minutes? The system flags a potential mafia meeting. The street boss who used to rule a whole neighborhood is now a prisoner in his own home, staring out the window at a street he used to own. He is unable to step outside without leaving a digital trail of breadcrumbs for the police. The walls are closing in, and the worst part is the silence. The streets you once commanded now feel like a laboratory where you are the specimen. But as the mob is pushed into the shadows, they've discovered a terrifying way to turn the city's own cameras against the police. You don't survive for 100 years by just rolling over. The Chinese Mafia may be cooked, but for now, they've decided to play the biggest game of cat and mouse in history. The first weapon? Adversarial fashion. Mid-level bosses are wearing gait distortion insoles, weighted inserts that change how they walk every single day. One day, they walk with a heavy left side lean, the next, a short-stepped shuffle. To the AI, the boss isn't one man anymore. He's 1,000 different strangers. They use infrared ghosting, hats with hidden lights that blind the cameras, turning their faces into white-hot voids on the police monitors. It's a desperate, lonely war. You're walking through your home city looking like a glitch in a video game just to buy a carton of milk. You see your own reflection in a shop window and don't even recognize the monster the lights have made of you. The mob has started deploying thousands of digital decoys, burner devices preloaded with walking software, moving through the city on delivery bikes and even stray dogs. When everyone is a suspect, the system crashes. It's a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, played in the freezing rain of the back alleys, where the AI can't see through the steam. You're living like a rat in the pipes of a world that was once your playground. But the government's response to these ghosts wasn't a better camera. It was a law that makes your very existence a weapon of war. Technology didn't just kill the street boss. It killed the trust that held the mafia together for a century. Imagine the disbelief when you realize your blood brother, the man who took an oath with you, is now a digital asset for the police. The 2026 security laws allow for preemptive freezing. If the AI flags you as a mafia member, your family's assets vanish instantly. You watch your daughter get kicked out of university because her tuition payment failed. You see her crying in the hallway, and you can't even go to comfort her because your presence would flag her as an accomplice. You feel the bile rise in your throat as you realize you've destroyed her future just by existing. The state isn't just taking your freedom, they are taking the people you love as collateral. In the old days, you take a bullet for the boss, but will you watch your child starve for him? The only way to get your life back, turn yourself in and give up your accomplices. You might be charged, but your family goes free. The result? The brothers are turning on each other. You see the suspicion in their eyes during the rare, silent meetings in construction sites. Every time a car slows down, every time a screen flickers, you wonder, who sold me out to get their life back? You realize that the 100-year-old blood oath is just words on a page when the state is offering to give your kids their lives back in exchange for your head. The 100-year-old legacy is rotting from the inside, and the smell of fear is more powerful than the bond of blood. But the true horror isn't the betrayal. It's what the government does with the data they've stolen from your own brain. The 2024 and 2026 security laws were the final nail in the coffin. If the police couldn't identify the man in the hat, they decided they didn't need to. Under the new collective liability rules, if a signal flood is detected, the authorities can now legally shut down every cell tower in a 3-block radius instantly. They wait for the silence. They wait for the panic. The state has merged organized crime with national security. If you use technology to hide, you are now a saboteur. You are treated like an enemy soldier in your own streets. They can get instant access to your private photos and messages without a warrant. They see the pictures of your kids. They see your private fears. You feel naked, exposed, like your entire soul has been uploaded to a server for a stranger to judge. The bosses who used to give orders from the back of quiet restaurants are now terrified of their own smartphones. They've seen their friends vanish into the silent, paperwork-heavy machinery of the state prison system, and no one ever hears from them again. They don't send a SWAT team. They just send a service interruption notice, and you disappear from the grid. But as the physical world closes in, the Mafia has attempted one final, desperate move into a digital world no government can reach. Or so they thought. The Chinese Mafia hasn't disappeared, but it has turned into something cold, soulless, and corporate. The street boss is a dead man walking, replaced by the shadow executive sitting in an air-conditioned office in a country you've never heard of. They've moved into clean crimes, manipulating stock markets and running massive online scams. But here's the twist. The 2026 cybersecurity law just slammed that door shut too. New rules for internet companies mean that the hidden tunnels the Mafia used to move billions are being mapped in real time by government hackers. You're staring at a screen in a dark room, watching your empire evaporate one line of code at a time. There is a cold, clinical efficiency to how the authorities are now operating. It's not about justice anymore, it's about math. They are looking for glitches in the money flow. Meanwhile, the low-level Mafia, who used to carry a knife, now carries a laptop. But in a world of faceless disconnection, he's realizing he's just a replaceable gear in a broken machine. He realizes his boss would delete you in a heartbeat if it saved the company's bottom line. So for now, the most powerful bosses aren't in the VIP clubs. They are in safe houses, staring at lines of code. But even they are beginning to wonder which of their soldiers will trade a 100-year-old legacy for a clean digital record. And as the last servers go dark, The kings of the underworld are realizing their empire isn't being raided. It isn't even being shut down. It's being deleted from reality. And soon it'll be over. Not with a bang, but a connection timed out notice on a silent black screen.